To the people, first of all, I'm sorry. Good evening, morning for me. Actually, it's morning. Uh, to everybody who watches this, blessings. But to the people who do not believe that the transatlantic slave trade ever took place, black people I'm speaking to, right? And who believe that we are indigenous, look, I get it. I do understand that black people were here prior to the transatlantic slave trade. The people that we refer to as Native Americans were so-called black people, for lack of a better term. And I've done the history and research on that. But on another note though, if you don't believe that the transatlantic slave trade ever took place and the bioculturon that resulted from it, then there's no way to explain the condition of black people now in America, because we don't have any culture, right? If we had already been over here with the culture that we had here and we were simply colonized, then we would still exhibit that culture in our everyday life. We wouldn't be so Americanized, or not, we wouldn't be so Europeanized. I'll put it like that. Because if we were indigenous, like y'all say, then Americanized wouldn't be relevant, but we wouldn't be so Europeanized, right? If that were the case. It took for people, like Louis Farrakhan said in 1990, to be turned inside out and upside down and totally separated from everything that they were to get us into the condition that we are in now, mentally, right? Which results in a physical condition, of course, but a bioculturon. By us being stripped of our culture, culture comes from your biology. First of all, them kidnapping us, that was a biological event because they physically took our bodies, right? And they did things to us, right? But it's biology, culture, and environment. There has to be an effect on all three of those to create a bioculturon. That's a combination of all those three words, right? And that's what took place in order to create the niggerization that took place was the result of a bioculturon. So that's the only way that they could have got us in the condition that we're in mentally, where we have a God complex towards Europeans, by stripping us of our Bible and replacing it with a perversion, by stripping us of our language and replacing it with English, by stripping us of our diet and replacing it with theirs, by stripping us of our value system and replacing it with theirs, the lost value system. That's the only way that you can get a people to kill and hate each other the way that we're doing now, and to be living upside down and backwards as we living now, and inside out. Because all of the other nations and groups of people who were only colonized and weren't dehumanized and devalued to the point that they weren't even considered human, they still hold on to their cultural values, and you don't see them doing the things that we're doing. And you do on a small scale. There's always exceptions, right? So people will point out, oh, well, in this country they do this too, or this place they did that, that's going on too, or they doing it. It's different. It's not the same. It's not the same. I know what you're referring to. So think about that, let that rotate in your head for a minute, as far as the conditioning that took place and the generations, for generations and generations, for hundreds of years, that's how you get the results that you see now. Not from colonizing the people and enslaving them, or no, the slave, we wasn't slaves, right? According to the people who believe that we were indigenous. But colonization doesn't result in this. It just doesn't. Shalom.